So we're doing a little segment called Then and Now. Don, how we doing?
We're doing fine, dear.
Can you please characterize growing up in the world you grew up in versus now?
The world I grew up in, we could be out at night and without any fear. My mother never worried about us.
You'd leave your doors unlocked, right?
Unlocked, wide open. The world was really much smaller then. We were a nation of 150 million versus now, which is 350 million. There was no restriction on 4th of July. We blew the hell out of everything. Nowadays you become arrested, of course. There were places where we could dance as teenagers, and you danced cheek to cheek. You danced with a partner. You didn't jump around as they do today. When you took another girl out, you had to answer to their parent. Well, in those days, we were all taught good manners. We knew how to open a door for a lady. I think we've lost the art of romance. Now, I don't mean the quickie, the overnight stand, but romance, just opening the door for a person. The art of being faithful, it's known also as emotional maturity. It's not tricky, but this faithfulness is not to be guessed at. It's absolute. And when I say absolute, I mean to death. I've been married 69, a love affair of 69 years. The overall feeling is insecurity today. And I don't know why, because this nation is one of the best in the world. But we look around us and we see nothing but ill. And as you get older, and as at 95, you've seen it all. You've seen the world, which at that time, when we were young, was marvelous. It welcomed us. It was safe. It's going to take some real patriots. And right now we don't have any patriots that I know of, the true patriots of old, who will stand up and explain how a country ought to be run. The future is going to be very shaky, I'm afraid. I don't know who will rise up and become the kind of a president we need and become the kind of Congress, because they're all elected by the people, and as long as the people don't care, don't read up, don't understand, they're going to keep electing people who are ineligible to govern. The bridge between elderly and youth is a tough one, because it takes a lot of patience by the youth to put up with the old people. It's going to be tough, because we don't have enough of people who are interested enough to bridge the gap between old and new. Work ethic trumps talent any day. If you work at your job, you show up every day, and you keep improving it, you'll succeed, and I mean big time. God help America. It's a great country. It's worth fighting for and dying for. And you should all look at it in that manner. You give it all, both to the country and to your marriage and to life itself.
First things I thought about was the telephone. When I was growing up, it was a party line. You would pick up the phone and someone would be talking on it. It was not a private line. You shared it with other people. We used to be able to go to the theater on Saturday afternoon for a nickel.
For a nickel.
And everybody said, well, always got all dressed up to go downtown. Every Sunday, you'd go to church all dressed up. You'd never go in your jeans or shorts. No. I sure would like it to be a lot safer world than it is today. Safety to me is so important.
How long were you married?
Well, when my husband passed away, 62 years.
62 years.
Yes.
That's like unheard of these days.
It sure
How did you age so well?
Well, thank you for that. I never thought about my age. Age never entered into it.
You didn't let it bother
I
you.
just enjoyed life.
Do you think having a sense of humor?
Oh, yes, that helps a lot. You have to laugh. Enjoy each day. Wake up and thank God for another beautiful day.
Thank you, Alice.
Oh, thank you, Steph.
You're the cutest.
When I grew up, there was no television, there was no radio. I can remember when my father brought home a radio. And it was wonderful. The world was very, very much simpler. We thought nothing of walking on a main street at 9 o'clock at night
Right.
with no fear. I wasn't deprived. I mean, I had some toys for Christmas, but maybe one toy. I mean, but it was as I said, it was a simpler time, and we enjoyed simpler things. I guess that's all. Not that there weren't other things that were bad or anything like that. I don't mean it wasn't a heaven on earth, but I'm glad that I grew up when I did, and I'm so happy that I don't have to rear children in this world, because I think it's such a challenge, that's all. Because there's so many things that are sitting right out in front of you today that we didn't even know about. I mean, the whole moral fiber of civilization at this point. Turn on the news every day and there's a murder or a hit and run or a real bad thing happening, and it's just taken as a matter of course. It's not news, it's the norm. And even people as old as I am get desensitized to this constant barrage of murder, rape. It's very disturbing, shall I say.
Do you have hope for our future?
There's always hope. God's in his heaven. He knows what's going on, and hopefully it will change. Probably not in my time, but I hope in my children or my grandchildren's time it does change. I'm 93 and I'm very happy that I am. I was happy when I was 83. I was happy when I was 73. I think everybody can be happy in their own way. If you want to be happy, you can be happy. If you want to be miserable, boy, that's easy. You can be miserable too. But why choose that instead of the others? I horrify people by saying that. I said, this is the last stop for me on earth, and I hope to make the best of it.
Do you have any advice for the younger generation?
I wish that they can appreciate what they have. I wish they appreciate what God has given them. And I wish them to be happy.
Thank you, Jean.
You're welcome.